Hello, my friend, and I want to ask you a question. Do you know the truth about angels? Are angels real? Do they exist? Is there really angels? Are angels around us? Are angels only in heaven? Are angels, fallen angels, only in hell? What's the truth about angels? Well, this week we're going to be talking about the truth about angels. I'm Dave Early. This is Daily Discipleship. You can follow us every day on Facebook or on our YouTube channel. Well, let's talk about angels, and I'm going to give you the truth about angels according to the Bible. The first thing I want you to understand is angels are real. There really are angels. They're mentioned 300 times in the Bible. That means right now, this very moment, around you, there are angels. Angels looking at what you're doing, watching what you do, listening to what you say. They're around you. Angels are very, very real. Second thing I want you to understand is they were created by God. There was a point in time when there were no angels, and then God created angels, probably the second day of creation. That means this: when somebody dies, they don't become an angel. All the angels that exist have already been created. People aren't becoming angels when they get to heaven. Angels already exist. They were created by God. And because they were created by God, they're not gods. They're not God. They can't become God, even though Lucifer thought he could. God is superior to them. God created them. They are created by God. Third, they are spirit beings. We're told they are ministering spirits. They're a different category than humans. We're flesh and blood. They are spirit. To us, primarily invisible. They exist in the spirit world. There's a different dimension here. And there's a spirit world going on, and that's where they primarily exist. They are spirit beings. The Bible describes them sometimes as wind, sometimes as fire, and sometimes as stars. Wind, think about it. You can't see wind, but you can see its results. You can't see angels, but you can see their results. Fire, when angels are described, they're often described as flaming, as fire, as brilliant lights. And they're described as stars because, like stars, they are more than we can count. They're brilliant. They're beautiful. So angels are described in the Bible as wind, fire, and stars. As I mentioned, they're innumerable. We can't count them. The Bible didn't have words when it was being written for innumerable. What they would say in the New Testament is myriad, or thousands upon thousands. And the idea is thousands upon thousands upon thousands upon thousands, more than you can count. How many angels are there? More than you can count. To us, God knows how many, but to us, they're basically innumerable, more than we can count. Number 6, they're mighty. They are called the mighty ones. They're described as big, strong warriors. They're not little babies flying around with a bow and arrow. They're not beautiful women. They are big, strong, mighty warriors. They're stronger than we are, faster than we are. They can lift more. They can go longer. They are mighty. They're often described as a military or a governmental structures. Depending on the translation, depending on the verse, principalities, powers, authorities, kingdoms, thrones. They're described like you would describe an army, where you've got a private and a corporal and a sergeant and a major. There's different ranks of angels. And they're also in different sections. There's angels that seem to be dealing with territorial regions, principalities. There's angels that seem to be dealing with different systems. There seems to be angels that are involved in healing, angels that are involved in protection. They are in structured ranks. It's a very organized system that they operate under. And to us, for the most part, they're invisible. I love the story of Elisha in 2 Kings chapter 6. The king of Aram is mad at Elisha because Elisha keeps telling Israel where Aram is going to be. They're at war with Israel, where they're going to fight. So Israel is ahead of the game because Elisha has inside information. He's getting it from God. Well, the king of Aram finds out where Elisha is staying, and he's staying in a village, and he sends an entire army to surround that village. Elisha's servant gets up in the morning and sees them surrounded by an army and says, Master, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We're surrounded by an enemy army. And Elisha says, don't worry about that. Those who are with us are more than those who are against us. They may have us surrounded, but God has them surrounded. And the enemy army, God said, open his eyes so he might see. And all of a sudden, the servant's eyes are open to see into the spirit world, and he sees that the enemy army is surrounded by angel warriors and chariots of fire. God had them surrounded. And as a result, Elisha had them all made blind. The enemy army led them to Israel, where they were taken captives. Angels, for the most part, are invisible. You don't see them, even though they're there. If God were to open our eyes and we would see them, it would be an amazing, amazing sight to see this glowing, burning, bright, brilliant, powerful being or beings that are all around us. I want to encourage you today. Maybe you feel like you're all alone. Maybe you feel like you're going through something all alone. God knows where you're at. God knows what you're doing. And God has you surrounded by angels. This is Dave Early. If you like this type of Bible teaching, watch us every day on Facebook or subscribe to our channel on YouTube.